You were able to use her as an ambassador, helping us to teach people all about these amazing birds. Now, one thing about the great horned owl, this is actually the largest species of owl you will find here in Florida. And they're also the most iconic owl, typically the ones that you see in movies and cartoons. Now, one thing about these guys, they eat a wide variety of prey items, but their favorite foods are those rodents, those rats, those mice, as well as those small mammals and smaller birds. In fact, an owl like Doctor Who here can eat up to 1,000 rats and mice every single year. Now, you can find these guys pretty much everywhere throughout North America in a wide variety of different habitats. But one thing about them, take a look at the top of their head, you'll see all those two little tufts of feathers. Those are not her ears. Those are feathers that are for camouflage. She goes up against a tree and it helps her blend right in. Now, another thing about them are their eyes. Now, like all owls, one thing I like to talk about our eyes on an owl. Now, their eyes actually tell you when they're most active. A lot of people think all owls are nocturnal. That's not actually the case. What's actually going on is if they have bright yellow eyes like the burrowing owl, that usually means they're active during the day. Now, if she has dark yellow or orangey eyes, those are usually your crepuscular species, which means they're active during sunrise and sunset. Now, if they were to have dark eyes, those are usually your nocturnal owls, like the barn owl, for example. Now, another thing about an owl's eyes, though, is that their eyes are not round. They're actually shaped like tubes. So if she cannot move her eyes up, down, left, or right, she is stuck facing forward. But on her neck, she has 14 vertebrae bones, allowing them to turn their heads 270 degrees. Now, I have been asked, well, isn't there any owl species that can do a full 360 like you see in the cartoons? Well, yeah, they all can, just once in their life. Thank you. That's my only owl joke. It's 270. It's 3/4 of a full circle, and that's going to allow her to basically get a feel around her environment, like she's demonstrating right now. I kind of describe it like using binoculars. You have to move your head to see what's around you. Now, owls also have a superpower, and it is in their wings. Now, their wings, oh, thank you for demonstrating for us. Now, on her wings, she has those flight feathers, and those are actually a really cool superpower because they're serrated like a hair comb. What makes owls unique, because of those little filters on their wings, as I call it, it basically puts that mute button on those wings, and it gives her silent flight. She doesn't make a single sound when she flaps those wings, and that's how she's going to be able to quietly sneak up on her prey and grab them with those talons. And she can squeeze with anywhere from 400 to maybe even up to 500 pounds of pressure per square inch. And that is exactly why I am wearing the gloves. So everyone check your pockets after the show. She is trained to steal your wallets. Thank you, I appreciate it. Now, jokes aside, owls are incredible animals, but unfortunately they are not invincible. And one of the biggest threats to them is habitat loss. Come on. Hey, she said we don't do tricks, right? Up, come on, you gotta go. Up. There we go. Thank you. This is not a flight show. Anyhow, back to the owls. So, unfortunately, owls are not invincible. One of the biggest threats to owls is habitat loss, and it disturbs nesting sites. And also, owls have a hard time adapting to city life because they depend on trees to raise their young. But what you can do to help out owls, and besides, you can also help to get rid of another threat, which is rat poison. You can actually build an owl box in your yard. Owls will take up residence in it. You get a free exterminator in return. She'll eat all the rats and mice on that property, and no need to call an exterminator or no need to use rat poison ever again. So it eliminates the need for that, plus you help give them a home to raise their young. One last final thing. Now, notice I keep saying she. Well, that's because when she came in, we thought she was a male. That's how she got the name Doctor Who. One day we looked in that enclosure and we saw an egg. So it's not Doctor Who anymore. We like to call her La Doctora Who. Let's give it up for Doctor Who, everybody. Our great owl.